What's up, you guys? Welcome to today's video. We are going to be playing around with one of my favorite color combinations to do on the eyes, which is like neutral mauves and olive green, but not just any olive green. It's like a golden green, very pretty. So not doing one specific palette today. I'm actually going to be dipping into a bunch of my singles palettes and then playing with one ColourPop palette. Hopefully this will inspire you to play around with a color combination that you maybe haven't done in a while or didn't think to do. And it's one of my favorites. I think it's just really pretty for like a neutral yet still kind of on the colorful side. That's what we're going to be doing today. Just very quick, straightforward, having some fun with some color and makeup. Thank you guys so much for being here, and let's jump right into the look. So I am going to start with something, probably one of my favorite mauves. I've been really enjoying the Give Me Glow Rose Quartz. And I also love Makeup Geek's Cupcake, which is now gone, discontinued. I'm not sure if they're still selling out stuff on their site, but since Makeup Geek is no longer in business, I would definitely recommend Give Me Glow Rose Quartz as a replacement shade or something similar if you want to add a tone like that to your collection. This is Makeup Geek's Cupcake. It's really pretty. It's just like pink, and it's got enough vibrance to it, but still neutral. It's just like that perfect middle ground. Did also buy it in the newer formula, which to me is just, it looks slightly different. Just a little bit more like peachy compared to the original Cupcake formula, which I did not know. We're gonna put that in the crease. And I'm just going into my crease and above my natural crease and stopping just below the brow. Just kind of a nice feathered round shape, just kind of laying down a wash of color. Nothing too sophisticated. I'm going to pull out a little bit today towards my brow. Just feather gently. And I'm using like a fluffy brush, but it is a very dense brush. This is a Smashbox brush, but I'm using something a little denser just to lay that color in just a little bit more quickly. Next, I'm going into a smaller fluffy brush, a little bit more detailing but still fluffy, and I'm going to go into the shade called Details. It's a matte with glitter, but as most of you know, most of those perform like a matte or a satin. It's a ColourPop single, and it's really pretty because it's like plum meets brown. Love this one for kind of deepening up everything as a secondary shade when I'm doing this color combination of mauve and like olive green. So I'm going to start on the outside and stay towards my natural crease and just kind of gently tap in this color, just kind of defining the eye a little bit, following along my natural crease. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the sparkly lid shade, which is going to be from this ColourPop Sandstone palette. I really like this one. It's a really pretty color story. It's got a lot of warm neutrals in it and then a couple of pops of green. So I enjoy this one quite a bit. And this one is called Westward, this green. It's like an olive green, but it definitely like shifts kind of golden. So it leans a lot more towards like a bronzy gold, but still on the green side. So it's like a nice middle ground. Whereas my other olive greens are a bit more on the mossy side. I'm going to just go ahead and pick this up with my finger and tap it onto the lid. I'm going to do about 2/3 of the lid because I'm going to put a deeper shade in here on the lid. But I'm going to just tap this on and bring it ever so slightly above my natural crease. And the shade is really buttery. It just goes on like right away, really smooth. And then I'm going to take a deep brown. I'm going to go ahead and just dip into this palette again with the shade called Blaze. It's kind of like that shade Details that we used. It just has a less purple in it, but it's another matte sparkle. I really loved all the textures in this sandstone palette because it had a lot of matte with glitter, and they're all so silky, which I enjoy a matte with glitter just because it has the effect of a matte, but then it just has like a slight reflectivity to it that I think is just really pretty. So yeah, this is just a bit more plum, just a bit deeper and more neutral. Go ahead and use the same brush I used for Details. And I'm just going to stay very low and on the outside of my lid. Being careful not to go too far out just yet. With my eye shape, if I start to bring a dark color too far out, I can draw my lids downward. I like to draw them more up. So if I were going to do that, I would actually start lifting the color to this area, but for today I still want that mauve color to be there. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go back into Cupcake and fluff out the edge of everything over the top. I'm using a little bit more fluffy brush than I did before. Being gentle not to disturb anything, I just kind of want to soften the edges, make sure everything's nice and melted together. And I am coming just a little bit further out now with my brow and on the side of the eye. And really, you can use these colors however you want, place them however you like, you know, a halo eye, you know, keep it on the lid and be a lot more subtle and natural. I just love this color combination. I think these colors just play really pretty with each other, that green and pink. So now with the same fluffy brush, I like to sometimes go in, if I really want to kick this look or this color scheme up a notch, I'll go into like a brighter pink. These are both from the Ooh La La ColourPop palette. This more neutral one is Poodle, and this really vibrant one is Sandbar. So a shade like one of these is really fun. I think I'm going to start with Poodle, because I do want to keep this a bit more neutral. And I'm just going to do it right here on the inside of the eye, just to liven up. And I'm basically using vibrancy or saturation to create definition rather than lighter and darker. So that Cupcake was a little bit more desaturated, and this is a bit more saturated, and it just, hopefully you can see on camera, creates some definition without it necessarily being a darker color. Let's fluff that all the way into the brow. Once there's nothing left, diffuse it here. Go ahead and go back into that shade Blaze. And just line the lower lash line. And just flip this brush over and go back into Cupcake. And go right underneath where I placed that deeper shade. Next, I'm gonna go into like something pink and sparkly. It's a very subtle, like pinky lilac, like a red base. Put that on the inner corner, right in front of where I put that green. Last but not least, I'm gonna just take something light and kind of fleshy toned and just highlight the brow a little bit. Okay, so let me go do the other eye off camera real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so there you have it. This is the finished look. I just finished everything off with mascara and a little bit of nude liner in the waterline. I will link everything for my base and that I use down below in the description box, so go check that out. I usually try to provide as many links as possible so you can go check out the products and brands that I'm mentioning. Opposites on the color wheel, just playing off of each other. Gives you very quick definitions, some fun color play without being too bright and vibrant and wild, in my opinion. Very, very easy to apply and work with. So hopefully this will inspire you to play with some different color combinations and shop your stash. I never want to encourage you to buy on my channel. That's just not my thing. I definitely think it's way more fun to pick apart different palettes, use what you have, maybe even mix colors to create something similar. So definitely shop your stash. Let me know if you guys play around with a color combination like this with the mauve and the olive. It's a really fun one, and I've done it a couple of times on my Instagram, so if you're not following me on Instagram, it's the same handle as it is here, Mad Hatter. Go check me out there because I'm always sharing product details, more swatches, more looks, doing things there, and I definitely love hanging out with you guys and hanging out in the beauty community over there. So definitely follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video. I really appreciate you guys being here and hanging out with me. It's a lot of fun and I really am enjoying having this channel. So thank you so much for watching and being here, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.